Okay. Testing the limits. Let's go.
I'm gonna fire. Uh-oh. 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 I'm dying. Either. No! That is not what I should have done.
No, probably not.
Oh.
We forgive you.
Don't. I don't need that kind of encouragement in my life.
Right.
Come on, man. Okay, items. I'll just do a freaking mega potion.
My little dark age, policeman's red dog, custody of
Goes. You know what that song's
Alright.
about? Uh-oh.
What?
It's about... I don't know.
Well, I could rant. I could rant while you do that.
Do it.
So I watched V is for Vendetta last week or whatever. The 2005 movie. It was very. I give it a like a 4 or 5 out of 10. The fight scenes with like Vendetta throwing the swords was the only thing that I thought were interesting, and the concept was okay. Actually, the concept was pretty cool. I get it, but it was very. It felt weirdly written. And it's really weird because, like, spoilers. But, like, in the end, the whole thing is, like, him capturing this woman who is whoever the lady is who plays Padme in the Star Wars films. But he captures Padme, and, like, he ends up making her stay in his house or whatever. And he's just this really weird dude. He only wears his mask. You never see him take it off because he's got problems. And he's just, like, really weird. And, like, he'll laugh at really weird times or watch weird movies or whatever. And it's a whole thing. And you have moments where it's like, okay, they're kind of cute because they're talking or whatever. And it's like, oh, it's so sweet. Like, you finally get to see this quirky guy kind of opening up to somebody. It's just strange. And, like, you go further into it, and there's this one scene where she literally gets, like, found out, I say in quotes, that she was, like, helping him, because he's the bad guy, or whatever, even though she wasn't, and she gets caught and tortured in this, like, cell for days or months or whatever, and she's basically getting tortured, and they're basically saying, give us information on him and we'll let you go, give us information, and she doesn't, because she's all, like, stands by what he says or likes him or something. And eventually, they're like, alright, we're gonna kill you, alright, you're gonna die because you can't give us information. And she says, no, I'd rather die or whatever. And then it's revealed that the one who's actually been torturing her this entire time was...
Discovery Plus!
Speaking of, you can watch it on Discovery Plus now.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know either.
No one saw that, but what happened was my TV just opened up Discovery Plus for some reason, which I don't even have that service, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that was weird, but I blame Frank.
It probably was him.
But basically, you find out that it wasn't actually the government torturing her, it was V himself. And it's like, it's horrible, because she comes out there like, you've been torturing me? He's like, I set you free. You were tortured just like me, and now you're like me, or whatever. And it's a whole thing. And she forgives him, like, immediately, and she's just fine with him. And it's like, okay, that's really weird, some weird Stockholm Syndrome garbage. And she's like, no, yeah, I'm free now. You shaved my head, and you beat me, and whatever. And you didn't let me eat, but I'm free, or whatever. And, like, in the end of the thing, he's gonna sacrifice himself, and he decides that he can't live to see the end of this, and he learns that he loves her, or whatever. Right? Which is, sure, he's a weird guy, alright? He's got some weird morals. But everyone in the film kind of does. He's got weird issues. So, like, okay, sure, he likes this pretty lady who's for some reason stuck around and stuck up for him. That makes sense. But she likes him back. Like days after he tortured her. Like, and they kiss. She kisses his mask. It's weird. It's just weird. And then she's the one that kills everybody. And she ruins it. And by the end, it's like, who was he? And she's like, he was my father. And he was my brother. He was my mother. He was my friend. Because he was like a symbol or something. And it's like, barf. And it was beautiful, and it had great worth, and I get it, and I think that the comics and the original novel had way more, I'm told, had way more meaning behind them, but the whole little romance thing they threw in at the end was really uncomfortable, in my opinion, and and that's what I think about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so great. I realized I ran it about that a little longer than I thought I wanted to.
That's okay.
But, yeah, it's a really... I still recommend watching it if you're not uncomfortable with, like, some weird, kind of Nazi-like crap. Because there's some kind of not great stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. I'd recommend it, but it didn't change my life, and it kind of just made me uncomfortable.
Cool.
He's also considered a DC superhero, apparently.
Cool. I don't think he's a superhero, but alright.
Well, I don't know. I don't get it either. But he is considered one. And, or by some people, he's whatever. But he's considered that because he's, like, kind of superhuman because his cells are different than other people's or whatever because he was tortured or something. I don't know. But he's cool. He can fight really cool. And that's cool. He has a nice voice.
That's cool.
So if he didn't torture her and he wasn't kind of a freak, I'd say go get him, girl. But he did.
But he was too freaky.
He, like, literally tormented her. Like, really not okay. And then he's like, I love you. And it's like, she's like standing there in like a freaking like medical, one of those medical outfits or whatever that they wear when you're getting examined at the doctor. And she's standing there with like a shaved head and like bruises. And she's like, oh, okay. It's really messed up, in my opinion. But I get the point of the film. I get, like, it's poetic. And I respect if other people like it. I think it just made me uncomfortable with the romance.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna find something else to rant about now.
Yes.
Mark that off the list.
I haven't seen the movie, so I can't say anything about it, but I know...
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot more like government conspiracy type of thing.
So it is, because Vendetta's whole thing... Okay, it takes place in Britain or London or something, I don't know. But it takes place there, and it's essentially a society where... Oh man, what's it called? Is it a fascist society? I don't know what it's called. But they have, like... everybody has... What's it called when your parents want you home by a certain time?
Curfew.
Curfew. People have curfews, and they can't be out after a certain time at night, or they're, like, beaten. Or, like, it's very much so, like, such and such. And it's a society where they've killed, tortured, and used as science experiments, people of different races, people, what is it, it was like Muslims, homosexuals, and like all the different people, or whatever, and that's the whole thing. And so, like, he's fighting for, like, we're all the same, and so, like, by the end of the movie, everyone has a mask like his on, and they're, like, storming the Capitol or whatever, and it's, like, big thing. And it's, like, it's moving, but also, like, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know. It's got like beautiful, like, poetic parts, but it's also like this is kind of not. I don't even think that they're in love in the comics or novel, but they might be. But I don't think that they actually like fall in love. And it's like, I don't know. I guess it makes sense because like she's so broken by him, and he's like weird, and so that makes sense why it would happen. But it's just uncomfortable. But yeah, the government stuff is interesting, I guess.
That's more what I would be interested in, yeah.
You should watch it then, honestly. I'd like to know your opinion.
Cool.
And if you do, we'll talk about it. I'm not ending the episode, but we'll talk about it in another episode.
Sick.
But, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, after this episode, I'm gonna let the dogs out because they are just whining at me and looking at me with those big eyes of like, I want to go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Yeah. Just to fill you in on what was happening, I beat the guy, and then the Dementors came in, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, you go away." And they're like, "Okay," and then we tried to get away, and then Aerith fell, and then the Dementors was like, "Well, it's out of our hands now," and they left. And then we escaped anyways, and now we're going to her house.
Sick.
Yep. I like Aerith.
Oh, that's a cute little jump. Yeah.
Oh, she got scared of heights.
Oh.
I like
She
it.
got the scared of heights.
She got them scared of heights. She's so scared if you picked her up to give her a little smoochy kiss, she'd be like, "Oh my gosh."
No consent.
Wow. Why do you assume there's no consent, huh? Why do you
'Cause
assume that?
It wasn't stated.
Doesn't mean that it was or was not consented.
Eh,
There was no implication of either or.
that's true.
So why immediately assume the negative?
It is important to explicitly and expressively say whether or not you consent to doing something.
Do you consent to pee on me?
No.
That's a shame.
Would you mind flashing the time on the... Because I think I got it. I just making sure. Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah. I like... Oh, she said shit!
Oh my gosh! Potty mouth!
Potty mouth.
Help her up. That's actually terrifying.
Yeah, she's so scared of heights. I want to see something really cool.
What?
Look. It's the sky
Wow.
and the wall. Isn't this crazy? So
This is so crazy.
Sector 5 is like actually in like trash.
Yeah.
Like if you look in the background, it's literally just piles and piles of garbage.
Right.
There's a very small area where there's actually like stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, it's just trash and garbage and mountains.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Well, that seems very sad.
It is sad. These are the poor people.
Mm-hmm.
Born into poverty.
Sure about this?
See for yourself.
If she falls, I'm gonna cry. Laughing.
Go on ahead and leave you all by yourself.
That would be so funny.
Maybe you shouldn't talk.
Tell me a story.
Ooh, we're gonna tell her story.
Not for free.
So we said not for free.
Hurry up. Dude, just jump.
I love, they're so cute.
I think out of all of like the love interests, them two, well, let's see. I think they probably make the most sense.
I mean, So what a lot of people assume is like this is. I think a lot of people assume this is the love like couple that are generally pushed for by the games.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of options that allow you to also pick Tifa in this game.
Right.
I've told a friend before, but this is basically just a dating simulator.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see it. I see it.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
My hero.
Look at that. Look at the way she says "my hero," puts her head forward and looks up at him.
Mm. Yeah, that's very cute.
It's cute. She's very bouncy.
Thanks anyway.
Adorable. We'll get to see more of her adorableness in the next episode.
Oh shoot.
Run into a few monsters.
Bye.
Goodbye.